we are all very sensitive, and sensitivity to oneself is considered natural. Sensitivity limited to oneself will also mean selfishness, right? If you are sensitive about your needs and still call yourself educated, then it only implies you are selfish. Selfish with a convent education, right? If education has helped you be sensitive to yourself, right, then that education should have also helped you become sensitive of others, right? We've seen earlier that nature is the best teacher and absolutely impartial. So if sensitivity was a natural quality, then it will have two sides: sensitivity to oneself and to others, right? So if you are sensitive to others, then you are mature. If you are sensitive to only your needs, you are selfish, whatever terms you may use, right? So we all think, we have all concluded we are educated, right? We are sensitive, and we are available for anything good. Isn't it? Now, if that is so, bringing your life into focus, you in a family, family in a society, society in a city, city in a zone, zone within zones, totally in one country, right? Now, your sensitivity has traveled how far? You understand? Yourself in a family. Now, you are sensitive to your needs, right? Now, how much has your sensitivity traveled beyond yourself? If you tell me my sensitivity will include family, then beyond family, maximum family வச்சுக்கலாமா? அதே 90% out ஆயிடும். We only tell. I have seen whatever you tell about your family, I have seen when situations come, people don't hesitate to divide and rule. Yes. It will be very amazing. Someone who stresses on relationship would not hesitate to divide if his selfish interests did not meet success. Right? So rarely an individual will envelop family's sensitivity along with himself. Right? Traveling beyond family, rare. Right? To be sensitive to social needs, rare. Further to a city, further on to a country, further on to environment itself, right? All nice talk, right? Good English, occasional slangs do highlight the need for being sensitive to everything other than yourself, right? But our inner mind is always focused on being sensitive to our needs, right? Taking man's placement in life, right? You find yourself placed, right? You did not know your mother's color, father's education, nothing, right? If you have studied here for over 6 years now, then we can tell you did know your father's color, mother's color through previous gatherings, right? One finds oneself placed in creation, right? And man's life is always interdependent. You remember all this, right? Independence is always a question of interdependence, right? Freedom in life is not hippie cult or backstreet boys. Freedom will be the amount of freedom you grant to others in your life. Yes. If you find a man free, then he must have allowed people around him equal freedom. Right? If you push a man into the drain and want to hold him there, I told you some time back, someone who pushes a man into a dustbin and is pinning him down there will have to be ready to have 1 foot inside. What difference does it make in having a man with 2 feet inside and you with 1 foot in? Right? Both have to withstand the stench, right? Strong odors, ants, insects, flies, everything. Isn't it? We talk of freedom. It's nice when someone sings freedom. Follow that man's life to find how much free he is. The success of the freedom song would have begun the first fight. Whose song is this? Right? So we talk of independence, thinking we are the master. Right? You are the maker of your destiny, but then life is interdependent, and through all the interdependence, man will have to discover freedom, no doubt, a freedom in which the interdependence will be there. Right? If man's life is interdependent, then what is the level of interdependence a man has? Immediately you can tell you and your family interdependent. Right? Can we tell you and your society? Society means now you and the transport system interdependent. You and the postal interdependent. Isn't it? Now, further than society, you and the city interdependent. You have to make your life here because you chose to be here. So interdependence is there, isn't it? So the city's resources and you interdependent. You understand? Now, further from the city, we will end up in the country. You and the country interdependent. Isn't it? Clear? The country's resources you are using, right? The country's freedom you are using, clear. The country's culture you use. The country's heritage is yours, right? So interdependence with the country seems to be in all your facets. Take yourself now. Your dressing is drawn from the country's culture, right? Your recreation is drawn from. You like music. Where did it come from? country, right? Your food. Now, which part of yourself is not drawn from the country or interdependent upon it? Hair, it's grooming. What? From there onwards, right? Till tips and toes. Which part of yourself has no relation with the country? What? Now, interdependence with your family is evident. So, you want to be with your family. You want your family to be free or bound. You want your family to be educated or uneducated. Right? Clear. Now, travel further on. You want your country to be free or bound. You want your country to be educated or bound. Now, between you and your family, right, when you become financially independent, you contribute. When you become mentally sensible, you participate. What? When you become emotionally aware, you are available. Right? Why are you doing this to your family? Because you are interdependent. You drew from them earlier. Now, raise this a little to the country and tell. You have drawn so much from the country, right? Are you aware of it? Think. Are you emotionally available for the country? Has not the country contributed to your financial growth? Now, how much of your financial growth has been given back to the country? From the country's heritage, your education has drawn something to make yourself aware. How much of this awareness is now being given back to the country? 10. You call yourself sensitive, right? Isn't it? Now, how much are you sensitive to the country's needs, right? Its prosperity, its growth. 10. Are you aware? No. But then, the country's freedom is yours, right? The country's independence is yours. Its heritage, culture, characteristic is your strength, right? Yes. But then, are we really aware of all these, right? Are we sensitive? Or we are so selfish? We are just not bothered what is now happening in one corner. You know what is happening? 20 days, right? Some child like us has given its life to protect this nation. Why? Why? What does the child get back in return? A posthumous award? A few thousand as family pension for a small growing child. And imagine the agony of parents. You went 1 hour, your father drove us crazy yesterday. Right? Where did you go? Isn't it? Children are there in the Kargil slopes. Parents even don't know whether the child will come back to call them by name. Isn't it? And even you all, how many classes I have taught on this nation's greatness? Isn't it? Right through 20 days I am finding all of you are engrossed in this dirty cricket rather than a country which is suffering to hold back infiltrators. Isn't it? Every day I will think if one of you all will come and tell what is happening. Nobody. Every day they will come and tell our country is losing. We are born to lose in cricket. My God, we will never win. Why? We are so insensitive to this nation's needs. Isn't it? Just sit down and think, if your brother was there in the war, will you see cricket? How insensitive we have become. The nation is insensitive, at least you students. Every class I have taught you, our strength is our country, not our family. That families are still united because the country has been united from day one. If not, your father and my father would have fought and run away. The fact that we still fight and be together is because ancient rishis were together, they never fought. Upon the land they walk, we are walking even though we are not qualified to walk. I will tell you. I told this first class when I took you all to Kanchi, none of us are qualified to even step the border of the town, a town where the great Shankara walked, right? Million years before Shankara walked, great rishis walked. Why? Avatars walked. We are walking because the rishis had the magnanimity to permit us to walk, taking today's border fights. Isn't it? Your one branch of your house tree goes into the other house, it is not yours. Isn't it? Great rishis discovered the cosmic law, right? Its availability in human life, right? They were never selfish. Not only they gave the knowledge, they also created avenues where you can test that knowledge, where you can find proof. Because of that only your family is still united. I know what unity was there in each family. You know. People are not what they talk, I will tell you. Right? But through these 20 days, I am seeing everyone is engrossed in hardships, going, weddings, dressing, holidays. While one segment is fighting to protect what was a freedom got through decades of struggle. Simple. Watching cricket, what did you gain? Those buggers are rich. It is their life. What did you gain? I have been telling day one, India will not win in this World Cup. Why? We don't have the talent. We don't have the quality or the determination or the temperament. Right? Cricket as a recreation nice till you make it your life. Simple. Think. If one in your family was there, will you be like this? So, it is clear, none of you all are educated. You will need situations to drive you to be sensitive. Is it so? Okay. Parents are old, they are experienced, they say. If this is what their experience is, they are worse than a child. Yes? Okay. You all have television to see, papers to read, isn't it? I don't have anything. But then, I am gathering more knowledge than you all have. Then, something happens to you, you keep on talking. As though the heavens came down on her. Isn't it? What will be actually a silly thing? Right? But what is happening there? Is it silly? You don't even know the intensity. Right? You all go home, sleep happily. I haven't been sleeping 20 days. Why? So many of my friends are there. You know. Around 40, they are all manning regiments. When their parents call me to ask what is happening there, what will I tell them? Okay? But then, my sensitivity is not because I have friends. I have taught you all day one, this country is great. The greatest anything in the universe you can find is ours. Right? Otherwise, I wouldn't be staying here. Nor would have the great rishis stayed. Isn't it? 20 days, everyone is seeing. Don't tell you all don't know. You are all not bothered. Why? It's not affecting you. But then when India loses, you all are sad. This is not patriotism. We are telling patriotism in cricket. எங்க கொண்டு வச்சுக்கோ மூஞ்சி எப்படி நான் கேட்டேன்னா பெரிய பேட்ரியாட்டிசம் சொன்னீங்களே அது பேட்ரியாட்டிசமா அங்க இருக்கிறவங்க ஒருத்தனுக்கு ஒரு நிமிஷம் நீ பூஜை பண்ணியா 1 minute நினைச்சியா ஆயிரக்கணக்கான ஜவான் போய் நிக்கிறான் absolute darkness with enemies shelling on all sides, right? Grenades are falling like tomatoes in Edirga. Did you at least read that paper? What are you doing from morning to night? Leaving the service here. You didn't even read. Isn't it? I am making you to read. And he read and told her she was not at all bothered. Sensitivity level per. மதியானம் பார்த்துட்டு இருந்தேன் அவன் நல்லா பாதிச்சிட்டான். She was not bothered. Why? It's not her problem. Till she has a son or a son-in-law there. Then they will be in Vadapaidi temple. You're able to understand what is your sensitivity level. And imagine the families whose children are there fighting a country's war or something which was not their making at all. Think and tell now. Morning to night cricket. Is your son-in-law playing? Tell. In what way has cricket contributed to your growth? Tell. இன்னைக்கு நீ வாங்கிக்கிற மார்க்குல சர்டிபிகேட் நீ எழுதுறதானே I have been watching Indian cricket for the past 10 years. Therefore, I want free admission. Kudupana? I have been watching French Open. I know this guy won, that guy lost. Here are the scores. Mark kudukuran, admission kudupana, vela kudupana. Cricket recreation nice. Tennis recreation nice, fun. Everywhere you go, people will talk morning to night cricket without understanding the intensity that is going on. Isn't it? How many children have gone? You know, the government is downplaying because it doesn't want the people to get jittery, right? But still, they keep telling someone's gone. Isn't it? Do you mean to tell that until one of you go there and get a shot, you won't be aware? You means everyone. Don't think you are. See, go to your office and see cricket. Family, cricket. But then, if your brother doesn't come home, your father will go to the bus stand. Everywhere. Isn't it? Imagine for the past 20 days, families within few kilometers in Jammu and Kashmir don't know what happened to the father or the husband. Right? Whose battle is the child fighting? Whose integrity it is trying to protect? Right? What decision it made to draw this fight? Nothing. Simple. If you tell inevitably it is caught in a position to fight, why don't you all do? You do at home every day. Simple. There. Think. Never think that until you will go through, you will be aware. Then you are not fit to call yourself a man. What is the use telling we are educated? I am a doctor, engineer, lawyer, something. And not being aware, not 1 or 2 days, 20 days, the entire government is focused there. Isn't it? 90% of news telecast is talking about Kargil sector. Right? We are not bothered about it. Last few lines about World Cup, very important. Isn't it? Think. At least you are who have been taught here regularly. This nation is great. No nation can match it. Right? Should have been aware what's happening. Right? And from around you, there are children there, I know. You know. Already 2 families in Trichy have received bodies of a growing son. At 29, a major rank, very good. Never did he think that his son will be flown home like this. Right? With all military honors, the child is delivered home, never to get up again. Imagine the family. Right? And we are so interdependent in this country, with this country. What have we given back, or what did the country ask? We have been living on others' magnanimity. Right? Rather than telling with both hands we have worked. Right? So, at least those of you all who come here will travel beyond yourself. Right? We will now tell a prayer sincerely to stop this infiltration and bring back all children safe to their families. And if you have been a good child, expecting your parents home, then you will pray better. If you have been a good wife, wanting your husband home, you would have prayed by now. Right? You must be in that to know its intensity. I have not been in it, but I know. Right? I know families around whose children are there, and yesterday night they called 11:45. Right? Remember? A call came and stopped. Then the call came midnight. Both the children were sleeping. The call was from the gentleman at 74 is asking me, did you hear anything from my son? What is actually happening? I am getting old. What? Only yesterday he called. 13 days back I have been tracking that fellow. Right? Trying to get senior officers to give me little information. Whether that regiment is involved or is on the verge of movement. I told him, already I am in touch. That man was just astounded. உங்களுக்கு எப்படி தெரியும் இதெல்லாம்? You don't worry. But still, we don't have concrete answers. Yes, the regiment is involved, is moving, is stationary. We haven't received. Why? Generally no news comes. Nobody is there available to give news to families. They are busy protecting the nation. You know? You go to the bunker there and ask who's what, nobody will tell. Why? Everyone is busy moving vehicles, equipment. Isn't it? What will console a family? What will give strength and hope to another? Okay? Only a prayer. Right? What? Okay? Make it a point today that we will pray for the country. Right? As and when, at least when we find time. We are busy with our selfish ends, right? Call it natural. But then we have to make our life here. Wherever you go, you are going to be an Indian whether you like it or not. And India will allow you to call it even though you may not fit to be called one. Yes. There are guys who cheat this nation on Indian passports. Still, the country accepts you as part of pilferage. Why? Somewhere another child would have given part of its honor to you, defending a soil, a territory, or a heritage. Right? So we will pray. Pray very quietly, alone or together, that this infiltration problem should stop, right? And all those in the borders should reach their families soon, safe, healthy, right? It is only we who are not sensitive. Go up and see, right? Afternoon I said, they were telling something. Go up and see now, right? Go and see her picture. What do you learn from it? At least now tell. Yesterday evening you all saw the way she was centered. Now it is different. Face la untudu. Our panninadhu the face reflect out. Right? Both the flowers was like this, one below the other. Right? In the morning, she wanted one to be lifted and put right on top over her head, border. Right? And then the big garland goes over the entire picture. Right? Within the Mallipu, you find her entire picture. Does not that arrangement resemble India map? One. This morning, 20 days I have been very tense. This mustn't escalate into a war, right? Children should come back home. The country should be integrated. We must all be together, right? The answer this morning was that you lift this Mallipu up and put me inside India map. She says, I am this country, right? And without any knowledge, what you did yesterday is right. What? Within this Mallipu, she is there. And upon that comes this big garland. She says, the prayer yesterday was for the entire country inside which I am. Don't worry, this will not escalate into a war, nothing will happen. To everyone coming here, it is a picture. Have you any day told anyone known to you this is not a picture? சொல்லிருக்கியா நீ உங்க வீட்லயோ அன்னைக்கு அவளை அழைச்சிட்டு வந்தியோ? Did you tell her this is not a picture? It has a livingness better than ours. சொல்லு. எவ்வளோ aware she is of not only this country but also its children. You saw? Just by lifting one 3 muഴம் malli, she created an India map, inside which she is sitting and smiling and telling, I am from top to bottom this country. Right? And upon this country, I am wearing such a big garland, which means the country is protected, don't worry. If she will have that much sensitivity, why not you at least respond to it? So, the face is bright because of that. The pride she gets in telling it is her country. The entire universe is hers, no doubt. But then, inside this country, she says it is hers. Why? The great rishis, the great masters, lived a life in keeping with her vision, naturally making her feel her country, her children. Isn't it? Because of this only I said we'll have a class. I didn't want to be that selfish to hide this. I could have. I thought, why let the children know that you all will not be like others. You saw?
So, you will call it a picture. Everyone will think, நீயே நினைச்சுக்கிற மாடியில பார்த்தா படம் தானே. நிறைய பேர் என்ன கேட்பா, விக்கிரகம் இல்லையா? விக்கிரகம் இருக்கிற இடத்துல சுவாமி இருக்குதா? யார் சொன்னா? இருக்குதா? விக்கிரகத்துல சாமி இருக்குதா? எங்க போமா? We have not removed the picture to put a vikraham there only because of this. We don't need it because she is a living presence. உனக்குதான் படமா விக்கிரகமா பிரச்சனை, அது கிடையாது. You know, பரவாயில்ல, நிறைய பேர் வெள்ளிக்கிழமை பூஜைக்கு வரமாட்டான், ஏன்னா வெறும் படம் தான் வச்சு பூஜை பண்றான். நவராத்திரினா வருவான், ஏன்னா அம்பாள் வெளியில வருது. Without understanding, அம்பாள் inside outside is the same. என்ன சொல்றது? அங்க கூட நவராத்திரினா வருவான், மற்ற நாள் டாடா போயிடுச்சு அது. ஆமா, ஃப்ரைடே பூஜைக்கு யாரும் வரமாட்டான். ஏன்? 2 things இருக்குது. 1, அவனோட கேதரிங் டிஸ்இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் பிரிவென்ட் பண்ணுது. 2, they think ஒரு படத்தை வச்சு ஏதோ வாசுவான் பூஜை பண்ணுவான். நீ இன்டெலிஜென்ட் தானே, பார்த்தவனும் சொல்ல வேண்டியதானே நீங்க மத்தியானம். என்ன சொல்றேன்? So learn, this is not a picture, right? At least not me sitting down to keep decorating a picture. ஏன்னா சில இன்டெலிஜென்ட் என்ன கேட்டிருக்கான், இதெல்லாம் டைம் வேஸ்ட் இல்லையா? நீ பஸ் ஸ்டாண்ட் என்னங்கிறது ரெண்ட் கொடுக்குறியா? So it's not a picture. And see her involvement in this country. To protect only she has the power. You and I don't have any power. We think we have. Like all other thinking, this also in the end will prove to be foolish, absolutely foolish. Right? So, at least from today, let us leave all this cricket business. Use it as a recreation, to chat with friends, something. Be aware of what is happening in this nation. You need not go out and catch a guy's collar, right? Sit down and with all your heart, with a mind that is sensitive to what should be done, pray. Right? Hoping you all will pray, at least because few of you all are blessed to come here regularly.